Okay, what you're gonna need is a white shirt, a black shirt, a black beanie, a white beanie, a black glove, a white glove, and we want to cut shirt in half. I fold it completely in half to make sure we get it exactly in the middle and put pins to mark it. And I have pinking shears to cut it so it doesn't fray, but you can use any scissors. And I just cut it all the way down. And then do exactly the same thing with the white shirt. And then you make sure you have the white side on Monokuma's right side and the black side on Monokuma's left side, because that's how he is. So then you turn both sides of the shirt inside out so that we can attach them together. And I'm doing the back seam first, where you can see the tag is, and I pin them together just like that, all the way down. At the very end, it is to make sure that the ends line up. It's actually easier to pin the end first and then go and shimmy the middle out just to make sure everything lines up properly. Now it's all ready for sewing on the machine. I thread the top thread black and the bottom bobbin thread white, since I'm sewing a black and a white thing. And the one I have on top is black and the fabric I have on bottom is white. So you can just think the top thread is the top fabric, the bottom thread is the bottom fabric, to keep you in mind when you are sewing it. Now it is all sewn together, and I'm going to pin the other side of the shirt just the same. And then sew that one as well. And I just sew it a simple straight stitch. And we cut off some extra threads and turn it right side out. And now we can test it on the human that's going to be wearing it. Now to make Monokuma's belly, I would strongly suggest getting an iron-on transfer and make sure it says for dark fabrics. This is very important. And just cut out a circle that you would like to be his belly size. And the reason I use this iron-on transfer is because the fabric, when I put it over, it was too see-through on the black and it looked weird to me, and I thought the iron-on transfer could look more cartoony and cool as well. And then you should test it on the person to see where to place the belly to make sure it's on their belly.
Make it as fat as possible.
And put a pin where that's going to go. And then get a marker of some sort. I'm using one of my inking pens and a reference picture of Monokuma, and draw Monokuma's belly design onto the iron-on transfer. And because this is one of the ones for dark fabric, you actually just peel it off like a sticker before you attach it to iron it on. Make sure you peel it off, because if you don't, then you just iron it onto the paper and not the fabric. Now I placed the belly right under the pin that I used as a marker, and I have a protection wax paper that the thing comes with. You can read the instructions on your iron-on transfer stuff. Unlike me, it doesn't read the instructions and does whatever, and then I burn it. Don't do that. Yeah, don't burn the belly. But thankfully, you don't really notice it when you're wearing it, so I guess it's okay.
Do a dab. Do a dab.
Now on to making the hat. Got the two beanies, and I'm going to cut them both directly in half. Since there isn't a front or a back to the beanie, you don't have to really worry about the right and left side being white or black. But I make so many mistakes trying to make this hat. I'm just gonna warn you, and I'm so sorry. But yes, the first mistake is I pin it with the right sides out, which when you pin things, you always need to pin them with the insides out. And so I put it on the zigzag stitch because you need to do that when you have stretchy fabric. And I make the stitches a little bit longer and a little bit wider, and that will help. It'll just help your machine to be able to handle sewing the hat and make it be able to be stretchy still. And I sew the whole bloody thing completely wrong. And then there's this moment, I take the hat out and I'm like, wonderful, I've done a wonderful job. Turn it right side out, and then I realize everything I've done is wrong. All that time I wasted. All that time. So I sit there and undo the whole zigzag stitch, just so I can re-sew it wrong again. Well, not really. It's just that I sew it with the right sides out, the wrong sides out this time, which is the right way to do it. But I'm not supposed to sew it all the way down. Where the hat folds up, you need to sew it in a different direction. You need to sew it with the insides out or the outsides in, just the opposite way. I swear this is not as complicated as I'm making it sound, and it's not. But you see, it goes up to where the fold is, and then you need to pin it out the opposite way of where it is pinned in from the other way. Can you see what I'm doing? Just look at what I'm doing. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm making absolutely no sense. Okay, so see, I pinned it up right where the fold is going to be, just to hold it, the fold up. I'm so good at talking today. And I cut out an ear, but it was too small, so I decided to cut out another one using the old too small ear as a reference and going around it but bigger. And I give it that little bit of a curved shape so that the ears are more pointing up instead of side to side on the hat. And whenever you're sewing the ear, don't let the foot go all the way down. Here you see I have it going all the way down, and it's stretching the fabric, and it's just bad. So I actually hold the foot halfway, so the thing that makes the foot go up and down, I just hold it at a halfway point, so it's not all the way down, but it's not all the way up, so it's not stretching it, since I'm actually sewing less layers of fabric than I was before, and it seems to work better that way. And then to cut the black ear, I just take the white ear and pin it to the black fabric and cut out the same size. Now to attach the ears, I'm going to turn the hat inside out and figure out where I'm going to place them and put pins as markers, because I'm going to actually unstitch, because there's two little seams there, and I'm going to unstitch where the ears are going to go in between the two pins. Now once I've unstitched on each side, I'm going to place the ear actually inside the hat, and I'm going to get a needle and thread because I want to sew this by hand. I think it's going to be much easier than the machine if it's this many layers of fabric and it's so close to the edge. And I'm just going to sew a plain straight stitch all the way across by hand, and I never show myself putting a knot at the end of the thread, but I do show myself making a knot at the end of the seam when I'm done, just by wrapping it around the needle and pulling it. But I do the same thing for each ear. And then after that, I want to sew it so that the fold of the hat stays. So I just get some white thread and I sew down the fold, just a tiny little seam, almost like sewing on a button, and I do that on each side. So let's test it on our human again. This could be the whole costume. Could be finished just like this.
Okay, class, let's go!
But we thought, hey, we can take this up a notch. I got some face paints recently so that I can do face painting at my church's trunk or treat. Why don't we do some Monokuma face paints? It's gonna be so wicked sick. Like, everybody's gonna be so jealous. It's gonna be so cool. It actually turns out looking, I feel like, kind of terrible, but you can judge for yourself. You can maybe do just some makeup, maybe, or something just a little bit more simple. I don't know, but I decided to do some face paint. But I don't think I'm very good at it. Hopefully I don't make the kids at my church's trunk or treat look weird. But anyway, what are you gonna be for Halloween? If you could be any character, not just for Halloween but for a convention even, what would you be? And leave that in the comments because I don't really know what to say here. So that seems good. I've been wanting to dress up as Snake for a while. I think that'd be really cool. Or having like really cool elf armor, I think would be fun if I could dress up as anything.
Oh my gosh, put them on faster.
So at first we only paint his face and we think we're done and you see him dabbing his way to victory, but then we realize he actually looks really weird with just his face painted. So I go in real quick and paint his neck down to his shirt as well. I think that makes it look a lot better. My gosh, he looks like a monster from a horror movie. What have I created?
Wait a second, let me just acquire my gun like so. And then we spin it around and we shoot up some schools. Pew pew. Let's go! Watch out, cat girl! I have a gun! I'm not afraid to use it. Pull drop. I'm not the camera ran too fast.
Here we go.